Yes, good day, people of God. It is a wonderful day. It is the day the Lord has made for us to be joyous in it, because the joy of the Lord is my strength. You see, as I was driving and thoughts begin to, develop in my mind, and what I began to discuss to myself was perfection. Since I have discovered that perfection has to do with love, agape love. We have to be able to practice it, and it's not an easy thing to do. As I begin to, think about it, a lot of things were going on in my mind. Because when I begin to think about an issue, the Holy Spirit will begin to open my mind, fill in the gaps. There are a lot of holes. He will fill in the gaps for me, and I will get a clear picture of what I'm meditating on, thinking about. I just want to discuss a little bit he gave me this morning about, if you want to be perfect, you're going to think in terms of love. He told us to love our enemies, which is the most difficult. Those who persecute you, those who treat you badly, some of them may not be outright your enemies, but the bottom line said you got to love your enemies. That takes me to the cleaners. So, and I began to open my mind, and I began to think in my life and what I have gotten involved into, and I began to ask God for an improvement in my life. You see, I remember in those days, early days of my marriage with my wife, sometimes she offends me, and she's angry with me also. Can you believe that? It does happen. And because she's walking around all over the place with a very long face, I don't like that. My heart would not be happy seeing her doing that. I will go to her and apologize to her for offending me. Can you believe that? I did it many times. Why do I have to do that? Because I love her and I don't want her to be in a difficult situation. Don't want her to be unhappy. And I did that. Now, why can't I do that to my fellow human beings who have hurt me one way or the other? Why is my heart not being bothered when they are in trouble? Either I caused it or other people caused it, it doesn't matter, but they are in trouble. Why am I not disturbed to go and say, sorry, I apologize for that, so that they can be happy? You see, it's a difficult thing to do. Now I began to ask God again, you got to do something to my heart. That is where I want to be. Do something to my heart that when somebody who is jealous, doesn't like me or something, does something wrong to me, I should be able to forgive easily. And even when they are not happy with me, I should be able to feel it and do my part to make them happy. Do you get my meaning? It's not an easy thing to do, because it has taught me a lot of things these days about those who are working so hard in our families to destroy us for one reason or the other. They wish us to die. Now, I could tell you one story. I came home sometime in the past, long time ago, and I have accumulated money because I was a retired teacher and I retired before I left. So they pay my money into an account. Nobody touches it. They won't allow anybody to touch it. And the money was heavy, man, after many years. So I was loaded. I began to spread all over the place. I want everybody in my family and so on to have share in this. Even my mother's friends. I became a Father Christmas because giving out money is not a problem to me. But in all this is, when I came home, I stayed in a hotel. That night that I landed in my city, I nearly died. I was trying to raise my leg over a parapet, a small wall. You know what happened? My leg hooked on the wall. I want to use the left one to support myself. That one again hooked, and I flew and hit my chest, my rib cage, at the edge of a small wall. Bam! The pen that was in my breast coat broke into two. My shin was on fire because it was spilled, and the whole fire was going through my body. When I stood up, I knew that somebody was doing that to me. I knew it. It was extraordinary. My mother called quickly, asked my wife, about me. Have I reached? I called back my wife. I said, yes, I have, but don't tell her what happened. She felt it, that something is happening to my son. But remember, because she warned me when I came home. They said, yeah, you are now going all over the place, spreading money. I should be careful, oh. People don't do that here. I said, hey, I'm a child of God. Who are the people you are talking about? I was so proud of being a child of God. Semira Kwane Wumbe. Hot water no they kill tortoise. But they nearly killed me, oh. They nearly killed me, man. You see, when I remember all those things, but in all, my business went down. I knew. I had to ask God, Father, raise my business. I didn't hurt anybody. He raised my business again, and I continued doing what I was anointed to do, and that is to help people. You got my meaning? You got my meaning? Yeah. So that is it. I still have to forgive those people who want to kill me. That was when I knew I'm growing. Oh my God, I am growing. That's when I knew I was growing, when my heart was able to soften and keep going back to a lot of people. I don't know who did it, but the point is that I'm involved in too many people. But I never stopped, and God never stopped blessing me. Are you getting my meaning? So what am I trying to say? I'm asking God to continue to renew my mind. I want Him to make me better. When I see my enemies in trouble, I should not rejoice. I must not rejoice. I must feel their pain. I mean, really, really. Like I was apologizing to my wife when she's supposed to be apologizing to me. I couldn't take it because of the love I have for her. I don't want that love to be limited to only that's my wife. I want it to be stretched out to people, human beings. That has been my prayer this morning. And that's my prayer this morning, that God should do something about my heart one more time to make it better, to shaping it, to make it be in a way that nothing can make me to reverse my state of mind. I want it to be solid. I want it to be like Jesus, who said, forgive them, for they know not what they are doing. They are killing him. And he's saying, Father, forgive them. That is the heart of perfection. And that is my desire. God bless you.